We had the Bitcoin weekly, and I think that people are they're just getting a little excited. You know, nothing goes up forever. Bitcoin did really hit our targets. Or 20, was like the high target. We hit our channel breakout target. High 90s it was. Pretty close to 100,000. Looking at the overall action here, we had the twin top with the slightly higher high, and then the breakdown, and then consolidation on huge volume. Just a huge base put in here before it started to move up into this other range. We ran up, got a little consolidation, ran up, got a lot of consolidation here, sort of a falling wedge consolidation, and it popped up again. You know, the best thing you could possibly hope for here is sideways. If we have a pull back to the 382, then we'll probably see another shallow push up. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think we will see a bounce. I think it'll come down here and see that this is this gray area here is a little inefficiency. Price is going to want to come back and fill that, but there is an SR just the other side of it, which does correspond with that 382 on the move from the bottom, so the entire uptrend. I could see that. So price is definitely going to dip down here, in my opinion. We're talking about, you know, $86,000 almost without a doubt. So it's just going to continue to bounce down probably. SRSI is in the middle here, and the MACD is high and pinching, so that both of these stay down. The SRSI is going to happen faster. You probably see a drop here, and then another rise, and then another drop. Probably see a descending channel start to form. Maybe a little shallower. It's looking a little steep there. Often the second high actually forms that. But so we're going to see a check down here, quite possibly a test into this range. If it gets into this range, it's going to go for the support band on the other side of it. And that's actually a pretty reasonable proposition, right? Because you look at the overall chart, momentum channel. It's like maybe a current in a body of water or something. So price comes in, gets moved along by it, right? It's dropped down and it's come back up. It broke out of that channel. It's really, really likely it's going to come back and test that. And also there's no action in this area. And that's what the whole idea of the marking the inefficiency is about. So go down and take a look at the daily. Yeah, same kind of thing. I'm actually seeing a little bit of a head and shoulders action, more or less. Obviously that's bearish, and if we had that kind of a move, it's going to move down to where where we sort of would expect. Let's do a quick and dirty on this one. That would actually put us down by the 0.5 Fib down to 78,000. That's not too unreasonable. See, that's well below our inefficiency. That would fill that. That's actually the bottom of the second daily inefficiency. I didn't really mark that one out because it's lesser, but there is a smaller inefficiency here. So it's entirely possible that price comes down and fills those inefficiencies. If it does that, it's super likely to bounce. Like I said, there's an SR bounding both sides of that. So let's say we had that. Let's continue that on down. Right, we'll come down here. Maybe get a little wick down, whatever. But then you're going to see a bounce. Probably a bounce back up to here, because this is the bottom of this range, right? So when you break out of a range into the next one, very often you come back up and check the bottom of that old range. Either the bottom of that old range becomes the top of the new band, or there's like a slightly wider SR band there. But in any event, so a bounce up, check that, come back down, and then probably let's see, we see a deeper dip here. And then very often you come back and retest this, maybe poke a little bit above it, and then come back down for our whatever our final move is. Let's just say it's down and test the trend lines. Obviously, this is really sort of a rough overview. There's going to be a lot of choppy stuff, and particularly if you go down in the smaller timelines, there's going to be a lot of action that you could scalp if you wanted to. You're going to see some bouncing, so this looks like it's going to come down for a couple more days, probably. Either going to drop really sharply, like this did, and to make this move, or just kind of bounce down. But looking like down this week. 4 hours really keeping to that. This looks like we're gonna have a little bit of bounce here. MACD's kind of neutral. Yeah, it's about to zero. SRSI is down here. I mean, it could be into the bottom, but it looks like it bounced from high here, and we're in oversold now, so I think it probably comes up. This is a really strong drop. You like to see more of it recovered. I don't think we're probably going to see that bounce. What we'll probably see is rising consolidation. Will take the RSI back up, let it go back to overbought, and then so this will just form a bearish flag and then dump further. That's probably the most likely scenario on that.